What's up? This is That Dirty Spoon from the IWC, and this is the WWE Extreme Rules Prediction Show. But before we get into that, I actually received 3 questions, direct messages on YouTube, and I'd like to answer those. I'd apologize to those of you who did not ask these questions, and I'm forcing information in your brain that you might not have wanted. The first question is about my travel schedule. I travel frequently for work, but not always when I'm traveling it's for work. Yeah, I know that sounds kind of weird. Sometimes I travel for weekend trips that aren't for work, and sometimes I travel for weekend trips that are for work. Usually I'm not doing anything on Saturday, which is why I try and post my videos on Saturday at the end of the week after everything that has happened. And also, doesn't always happen because sometimes Friday's my travel day and then I'm coming back on Saturday and it's late and I'll just go to sleep. So I will try and do better at keeping a regular Saturday schedule. Unfortunately, this is one of those travel weekends and I'm probably not going to post a video on Saturday. However, I will post a video either late Thursday or early Friday. The other question was about my wardrobe. I do not have 500 green shirts. I just have 1 green shirt and a laundry machine, so I can wash it every week. So there's that one. And the third one is I do mark out a lot, so that's going to keep happening. Alright, this is the prediction show for WWE's Extreme Rules. It's going to be coming up this Sunday, and unfortunately I have not read the spoilers for SmackDown because I've been very busy today. I've also not been trolling Twitter or Facebook because, again, very busy today. So I'm only basing this prediction show on the 5 matches that have been announced. However, as usual, I will guess at I'll take a guess at another match that WWE is just going to make up on the fly for the pay-per-view. That being said, we have the pre-show match, which is part of the Extreme Rules card. We have Santino Morales defending the U.S. title against The Miz. Now, I thought that The Miz had already gone through whatever hazing ritual that put him in the doghouse for the first part of this year. Apparently I am wrong because he has not been on TV in the last 2 weeks, and now he's wrestling a glorified dark match at Extreme Rules. Now, normally it would be a dark match, but since it's going to be on YouTube, it is part of the card, and therefore I will make a prediction. And that prediction is Santino Morales, as over as he is, will retain the United States Championship in some crazy way. Look for the Cobra to come into play, and The Miz to be very, very unhappy leaving Chicago. Next up, I will predict that Lord Tensai will make an appearance, and he will probably squash somebody. I'm gonna say, who hasn't he squashed yet? Hey, you know what? I say he squashes Tyler Rex and Kurt Hawkins, since they were trying to get themselves trended yesterday. Save Rex and Hawkins or something to that effect was trend. Well, they're trying to get it to trend during Raw last night. That did not happen. But hey, I wish the best for those guys. I like Tyler Rex. Kurt Hawkins, he can go somewhere. Then we've got a Falls Count Anywhere match between the Viper Randy Orton and the Big Red Monster Kane. Now, this feud has really lost a lot to me until last night when Randy Orton dug up Paul Bearer from whatever grave Edge threw him into and put him in the freezer. I'll tell you, Paul Bearer just keeps dying and dying and dying. It is phenomenal how many times they can kill a person in WWE. I really think they just think every 2 years we just have Alzheimer's and lose all memory of what happened, unless they tell us what happened. So anyway, again, it might have advanced the feud, but I found it more of a comedy act than anything. I'm gonna say Randy Orton gets the win. Kane has pretty much been the go-to guy for impromptu feuds with top babyfaces in WWE this year. It's a good spot to be in. He's always going to have someone to fight with, but it just means he's always going to lose. And this is going to be one of those times where Orton's going to go over on Kane and then move on to probably try and get that World Heavyweight Championship back. But we're not there yet. Next up, we've got the IC, the Intercontinental Championship match. The Big Show going in as the champion this time versus Cody Rhodes. This is another rematch from WrestleMania, but I suspect that the outcome will be the same. The Big Show will knock out Cody Rhodes 1, 2, 3, cover him to retain his Intercontinental Championship match. What I hope is that this will lead to a main event, a real main event push for Cody Rhodes in the future on SmackDown. A lot of the heavyweight champions, well, the entire SmackDown heavyweight championship title picture is filled with guys that are basically about the same level, and I think Cody Rhodes would swim very nicely in that pool. But you can't swim in that pool if you have the IC title. Big Show with the IC championship still put some focus on the championship. The Big Show is a fan favorite and a veteran, and so I think he'll carry the belt for a while. Maybe defend it on a random SmackDown or Raw, just to have a title match, but I think that it's right exactly where it needs to be right now. Next, we've got the 2 out of 3 falls match for the World Heavyweight Championship. We've got Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan. Another WrestleMania rematch. It's like they couldn't think of anything else now. Gee, it's like it's the pay-per-view after WrestleMania. Whatever. Anyway, this is going to be interesting because I'm actually going to say that I think that Daniel Bryan is going to win. Now, I say this because this is one of the few matches where disqualifications are going to count as falls, and I think that Sheamus is going to lose it and get himself unintentionally disqualified, or Daniel Bryan's going to weasel his way into a disqualification win. That will be a fall, and he will then become the new World Heavyweight Champion. Look for AJ to come down and cause some kind of distraction. That's where the disqualification fall will come in. Sheamus will lose the World Heavyweight Championship, but he will again be chasing Daniel Bryan, which is, I would not be saying this except Daniel Bryan's yes chants are all over the world. I mean, they were over in London, and they were just screaming, yes, yes, yes. And I think that WWE wants to strike while the iron's hot. This 2 out of 3 falls match gives them a really good way, again, keep both Sheamus and Daniel Bryan strong, but Daniel Bryan gets the belt off Sheamus. Daniel Bryan, the new World Heavyweight Champion. Next up, we've got a Chicago street fight. I suspect it's only a Chicago street fight because they're in Chicago. Chicago street fight between CM Punk, or CM Drunk, and Chris Jericho, Y2J. Now, going into Raw last night, I thought there's no way that CM Punk in any way loses this. He's going into Chicago, his hometown. If he loses, they riot. WWE better be smart, keep the belt on Punk. That is all Chris Jericho is there for. But after seeing what happened last night, after CM Punk just again completely dominated, and he's actually been looking very strong throughout this whole feud. Again, I'm going to jump out on a limb. I'm going to jump out of this airplane. I'm going to be base jumping off the Empire State Building. I'm going to say Chris Jericho will defeat CM Punk at Extreme Rules. Now, it's a street fight, so anything goes. Again, another situation where, because of the stipulations in the match, you can have CM Punk lose the belt but still look strong. All Jericho has to do is maybe push Punk off a ledge, off the stage, you know, just some crazy bump CM Punk takes, and Jericho thinks he maybe accidentally hurt him pretty badly, just covers him 1, 2, 3 like a slimy heel that he is, and takes the belt and just runs out of the arena. That way, CM Punk still looks strong coming out of Extreme Rules. Y2J has the belt. CM Punk chases Jericho for a couple months while he's here, and CM Punk will eventually get the belt back while Jericho's on his way out of WWE again. And that brings us to our main event, Extreme Rules match between Brock Lesnar and John Cena. John Cena looked pitiful last night. He really did. I mean, oh man, Edge was talking down to him, Cena was talking was getting talked down to by Brock, and it was just whatever. Anyway, Brock Lesnar destroys John Cena, and I am a happy boy. I really don't need to go into all the reasons why Brock Lesnar should win this match and why John Cena can lose this match. The only real question is going to be after this match, is John Cena going to be in the WWE, or is he going to take a little break? I personally hope he takes a break. Takes maybe the next pay-per-view off. He took a pay-per-view off last year. There was one pay-per-view where John Cena didn't show up at all. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that, just kill him. What I'm saying is take him off TV, let him get his head right, and then he can come back from this little losing streak that he's been on. Probably the first time in his illustrious WWE career. Oh, actually, that reminds me, there's probably going to be a Divas match. Look for Nikki Bella to face Karma. A returning Karma for the Divas Championship. Maybe in a 2-on-1 match, and Karma just destroys the Bella Twins. Unfortunately, it looks like they will be done with WWE at the end of this month, and that's just sad because I like seeing the Bellas, and I'm going to be sad to see them leave. But that's pretty much everything I can think of. Let me run down the card real fast. In the pre-show, Santino Marella defeats The Miz to retain his U.S. Championship. Falls Count Anywhere match, Randy Orton defeats Kane. The IC match, they haven't announced a stipulation for that, so it's just whatever. But the Big Show retains the Intercontinental Championship match, and Cody Rhodes gets knocked into the main event picture. 2 out of 3 falls match, Daniel Bryan retains. No, Daniel Bryan wins. I'm sorry, Sheamus is the champ. See, that's how much I remember what's going on. Sheamus loses the World Heavyweight Championship to Daniel Bryan. Chicago Street Fight, Chris Jericho over CM Punk, and Extreme Rules match with Brock Lesnar over John Cena. One day we're going to see that WWE Championship or even the Heavyweight Championship in the main event again. It's going to happen. This has been That Dirty Spoons from the IWC, signing off.